In the far reaches of the galaxy, civilizations spanning thousands of light years were governed by one simple truth: human blood was the most precious substance in existence. The secret to its value was not widely known, but its demand was universally recognized. It wasn't just a commodity, nor was it simply a resource. It was the very lifeblood of power. The story began in the year 2457, on a planet known as Terra Nova. The once barren world had flourished due to the sudden discovery of a unique and most astonishing property in human blood, an element known as exipherin. It was a powerful biological compound, one that could reverse aging, enhance strength, and even offer near immortality to those who could harness it. For reasons unknown to most, humans carried an abundance of exipherin in their bloodstream, and only they could manufacture it. Over the centuries, the discovery of this miraculous substance spread like wildfire across the galaxy, changing the fate of humanity forever. The first to recognize the true potential of human blood were the Zorathians, a highly advanced race of reptilian beings. Once a proud species, they were now struggling against a mysterious viral infection that threatened to wipe them out. With their immune systems weakening by the day, they turned to their neighbors for help. When they learned of the properties within human blood, their desperation led them to orchestrate a hunt for humans. Across the galaxy, the hunt was on. The Zorathians, using their highly advanced technology, began raiding human colonies, capturing hundreds of individuals for the sole purpose of extracting their blood. But this was no simple process. The extraction of exipherin was a delicate operation. The blood was not merely drained, it had to be harvested under strict conditions to preserve its potency. Soon, a dark trade emerged. Human blood, especially from young, healthy individuals, became the most sought-after currency. Planetary systems with high human populations became the targets of mercenaries, and entire cities were destroyed in violent raids. The Zorathians monopolized the market, using their growing fleet of ships to control the flow of human blood, keeping it hidden from other races while reaping immense power. But the Zorathians weren't the only ones who sought after the elixir of life. Across the stars, other alien species, whose civilizations had long been in decline, began to covet human blood for their own purposes. The K-Rathi, a telepathic species from the Andromeda sector, used it to enhance their psychic abilities, while the Thrillians, a race of gigantic lumbering creatures, found that human blood was the key to unlocking the immense strength buried deep within their genetics. The Galactic Consortium, a coalition of over 50 different species, placed a bounty on any human capable of producing the blood's rarest form. It was then that humanity began to realize the weight of its situation. The once thriving human colonies began to disband as entire populations were taken into hiding or exterminated. Those who remained were forced into underground cities, their very existence threatened by the endless demand for their blood. The future of the human race was no longer a question of survival. Every day was a battle to keep their most precious resource out of the hands of those who would use it to dominate the galaxy. However, not all humans were willing to lie down and be hunted. A resistance group known as the Crimson Dawn emerged, founded by a former military strategist, General Maris Solon. The group was dedicated to rescuing captured humans, striking at the heart of the Zorathian Empire, and eventually retaking the secret to exipherin production. The Crimson Dawn was composed of the bravest, most skilled humans from across the galaxy: warriors, scientists, engineers, and smugglers, all united by one common goal: to protect their blood, the galaxy's most coveted treasure. General Solon's first victory came when she and her team infiltrated a Zorathian research facility on the desert planet of Soldor. The operation was risky, but they managed to retrieve an ancient manuscript detailing the origins of exipherin, a substance that had been accidentally discovered on Earth millennia ago. They learned that the compound was not native to humans, but but had been artificially introduced into their genetic code by an unknown, ancient race, one that had long since disappeared. The Zorathians, it seemed, had not just discovered this secret, but had also created it, using a long-forgotten method of genetic engineering. Solon and her team used this knowledge to create a countermeasure. They developed a serum capable of blocking the extraction of Zypherin from human blood, rendering it useless to the Zorathians and other alien races. This weapon would be their ultimate advantage. But even with the serum in hand, the battle was far from over. The Zorathian Empire, in its desperation, declared war on humanity. They sent wave after wave of their elite soldiers to wipe out the resistance, but each time, the Crimson Dawn fought back harder, their ingenuity and bravery keeping them one step ahead. As the war raged on, the rest of the galaxy began to take notice. The consortium, initially neutral, began to shift its stance. Other species, once eager to exploit human blood for their own purposes, began to see the value in protecting humanity. They realized that if humanity were wiped out, the very fabric of galactic society would collapse. The balance of power, once held in the claws of the Zorathians, began to crumble. In the final battle, as the Zorathian fleet descended upon Terra Nova, General Solon led a daring assault on the Zorathian capital. With the serum at their disposal, they neutralized the Zorathian forces, forcing the reptilian overlords to surrender. The galaxy was thrown into chaos, but for the first time in centuries, humanity stood tall. The Crimson Dawn had not only saved their people, but had ensured that the secret of human blood would never again be exploited. The value of human blood remained undeniable, but it was no longer the source of exploitation. It became a symbol of resilience, a testament to the strength of the human spirit in the face of impossible odds. The galaxy would remember the truth: humanity's blood was valuable, not for the power it provided to others, but for the fight it sparked, one that brought an entire galaxy to its knees. And so, in the years that followed, the myth of human blood became a tale told in every corner of the galaxy. The story was always the same: this is why human blood is the most valuable substance in the galaxy. Because in the end, it was not the blood itself that made humanity powerful. It was the heart that beat within it.